Government, in a desperate move and after being snubbed by the Supreme Court twice in a row, has decided to dial Hutch. The IT department has written to Hutch in Hong Kong. Remember, this was the company that had sold its assets in India to the British giant Vodafone. The government has sought clarifications from Hutch on the tax liability and has also decided to meet Hutch officials when they come to India on the 29th of March. Suchetna Ray is joining us with more exclusive details on that story from New Delhi. Suchetna, what do you have for us? Why is this government calling up Vodafone right now? Shouldn't they have done this in the last 5 years?
Supriya, as you mentioned, it is the last desperate move of the government, of the income tax department, to collect the tax. So to remember that it is 6 years' time that the government has to collect tax on a transaction, and their deadline is really February of 2013. So this is perhaps their last-ditch effort to get the tax collected. They don't care whether it's from Vodafone or from Hutch in Hong Kong. They want the tax of over 12,000 crore collected, and that is why the government has perhaps written to Hutch for the second time. The first letter went out right after the deal was inked in 2007, and this is the second letter that has gone out to Hutch. The income tax department has made it clear that it was the government that had first warned Vodafone to withhold tax, but it did not do it despite the government's warning. So that is one part of the letter, and it has also sought clarification about the term representative assessee. As of now, as long as the government is concerned, as far as the government of India is concerned, they consider Vodafone as a representative assessee, but Vodafone has challenged that status at the Bombay High Court, a case which is pending. Therefore, the government wants to know who is actually the representative assessee who will pay the tax to the government of India. To remember, both Vodafone and Hutch here are non-resident entities, and therefore the government wants to be clear about who is going to pay that tax. They are also in various quarters of the income tax department. They are certain now that once the amendment is moved through the finance bill sometime in June and they make a fresh demand for collecting the tax, Supriya, so Vodafone will perhaps again drag the government to court. So they are running out of time, and they want both Hutch and Vodafone to pay up this amount of over 12,000 crore rupees. They've written to Hutch, and sources tell us that Hutch officials will also meet the government, the income tax department officials, when they come here on the 29th of March.